Hola, hola, bienvenido. Thank you. Good night, good evening, I would say. Thanks for joining me. Those who join me over on Facebook, hi. Hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend, okay? And for you joining me over on YouTube, the same, okay? Hoping that you're doing great tonight. And so last week I couldn't come and connect with you guys, but I was looking forward for today, okay? Today night. Because today I'm gonna be speaking about a topic that as you know, I like to join or bring together spirituality and science, okay? That is what I do the best here. And so tonight I'm gonna be speaking about our health and spirituality, directly related. Are these two directly related? Okay? And the answer to that is yes. Health quality is a direct result of our spirituality. And you might say, what is she talking about, right? Why is she saying this? Well, let's define what spirituality is, okay? And spirituality involves the recognition that there is something more to being human than sensory experience alone, okay? And the physical experience. And that the greater whole of which we are parts of is of cosmic or divine in nature, or in its nature, okay? And let's be honest and correct in saying that our spirituality has nothing at all to do with our religiosity, or how many times we go to church, or how much we pray. Nothing like that, okay? Spirituality has to do with our inner connection to the one source of the creation itself, okay? How connected we are, the quality of that connection, okay? How strong is that connection? And the word spirit, if we look it up, it means breath of life, an animating or vital principle force held to give life to physical organisms. The animus, right? In Latin. The activating, this is another definition that I found. The activating or essential principle force influencing a person. The next definition I found reads like this: the immaterial, intelligent, or sentient part of a person. And for this third definition, I differ in that it is immaterial, right? They're saying that the immaterial, intelligent, and sentient, because in fact it is matter, but at a fundamental level which cannot be perceived but by our eyes. What I would correct from this definition would be that it is matter that is not in a solid state, like we're accustomed to thinking that all matter is solid in its nature. And we have to remember that matter is indeed in 4 states, right? It can be solid, it can be liquid, and it can be gas. And also the 4th state is a plasma, which is a charged gas. But it is still all matter, okay? And actually, this is exactly the plasma state is the state in which spirit is in and the soul is in. That's why we cannot see it, because it is a charged gas, okay? It is in a charged gas state. In all of these definitions, spirit carries like a will behind it, right? An intention, a triggering or igniting force, right? Behind those definitions. And actually, it is. Spirit is the igniting starting point from where all creation, okay, started or sparked from, okay? Light energy is the same. So speaking about spirit is the same as speaking about light energy. In fact, we can substitute one word for another and it doesn't make a difference, okay? So let's define then, that's a definition for spirituality and for spirit, okay? So let's define then health. What is it? And the dictionary says that the state of being free from illness and injury. That's how it defines it. And another definition is a person's mental or physical condition. But these definitions, both of them, lack consideration of the fact that we are a tripartite, multi-dimensional being. Okay, we are all tripartite, multi-dimensional beings. They don't take these two definitions don't take into consideration the fact that for us to be fully healthy or whole, right? Wellness and well-being of the soul or of emotional aspect, right? Our emotional aspect of the mind as our mental and psychological aspect, and of the body as the physical aspect is a must. So in order for us to be healthy, a balance or a consensus, right, between these 3 parts of the whole must be obtained. We must treat ourselves as multidimensional systems where collaboration of its 3 parts is needed for the expected result, right? Health. So it means that to enjoy health, we must address ourselves in these 3 areas, the emotional, the mental, and the physical, when we are ill or unwell, okay? And how can we address in these 3 aspects? Address ourselves, right? To obtain health. Well, in the emotional aspects, we can do inner child work, for example, shadow work, work with our emotional self-awareness, and our emotional traumas and blockages, being able to identify those, and the triggers, right? Those things that trigger us. And doing the purging and the cleansing of the soul of these low vibrations. So that's in the emotional aspect. And I suggest that if you haven't seen the videos that I have done about inner child work and shadow work, know this, you can go back and search for them because they are there, okay? And I suggest that you go and check them out, okay? Also, on the mental aspect, right, of us, we can address practicing, for example, mindfulness, our thought patterns, and our behavioral patterns, how we memorize, because memorization requires, as you know, requires repetition or a pattern. So patterns for the mental aspects are very important. So when we identify patterns of behavior and how patterns of thought, we are addressing, and we practice mindfulness of them, we're addressing our mental aspects. And then the third of our parts, our physical one, well, we address that one, right, by addressing our symptoms, right, and our sensations through traditional and or non-traditional methodology, okay, like food, exercise, meditation, prayer, traditional or non-traditional treatments and therapies, right? Because some people prefer traditional medicine and others not. And there are a lot of tools and therapies that we can use for both. Okay, we can use for both, to attend the physical aspect of ourselves. Okay, so why then, as you know, we commonly and only address the physical aspects, and in some cases, right, we do it even separately, right? The mental or the psychological or the physical. So mostly it is one or the other, the way we do it. We hardly ever, if not never, address these three parts of us all at the same time for an illness, a disease, or a dis-ease. So the answer to the question of why aren't we healthy as a collective or a species is very clear, at least to me, okay? We have addressed ourselves partially and never fully or wholly, okay? We have not addressed the whole system, just one part of the system, and therefore we have fallen short into obtaining health, true health. But why? Why do we do it in this faulted way? Okay, why do we address health like this? Well, because this is how we've been programmed and taught, and more so convinced, right, that it is the correct and only way we should do it. So we copy and paste the template of how everybody does it without questioning, and that's how we do it. We are hyper-focused in what we can see or the physical and not in what we can feel. So we believed in a method that is partially correct, and we've conformed ourselves to be partially addressing our diseases, illnesses, and dis-eases in life. So being spirit, the ignition of life itself, and spirit made out of light energy with a vibrational frequency or a soul to it that animates the physical body, the common ground between our three parts is precisely energy. It is the common ground, right? between our three parts. And for us human, it means that the vibrational frequencies of our energy or of our spirit translates into our energy in motion. Emotions. So, what needs to be addressed with priority above anything else are our emotions. The very part we continuously shun and neglect out of fear of undergoing emotional pain. And Nikola Tesla, whom I love, said it, okay? If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration. So, our emotional vibrational frequencies are the secret to living healthier lives and lives with frequency. Are you conscious of it? And to what level are you conscious of your emotional vibrational frequency? What have you been accumulating with time and since childhood in this emotional department? I'll tell you that many of which you are not even aware of, and others that you might think you have fully addressed and healed, but truthfully have not. Okay? So it is of utmost importance that you do become aware, because the quality of your health and life, your whole well-being, depends on it. Okay? So with this information, I leave you tonight, hoping that you like it, hoping that it has benefit for you, any benefit for you, okay, and for your well-being or anybody around you. So please share this information and like it so that many others help me spread. This is vital information. And we know, right? Diseases are rampant in the world. Diseases and diseases, right, are rampant in the world. And it's important for us to know that it is because of our frequency, our emotional, vibrational frequency, and everything we hoard during our lives that needs to be cleansed and purged and healed from our body so that we can experience true health and true well-being, not only as individuals, but in the world, okay? So with this, I leave you. Please share and join me next week. And if any one of you needs a personal help on how to identify these blockages and these triggerings in your life and how they have happened, because when we study history is important, people, because when we go back in time and our past is our prologue to our future. And the only way that we can change our future is by understanding our past. Otherwise, we will fall into endless cycles of suffering that we've been wanting to get rid of for so long. So when we understand the past, we can change our future. We get empowered to change our future. So with this, I leave you. See you next week here. And if you need personal help, please write to me. You can reach me at evolife360@gmail.com. And I will be more than glad to help you in any way, okay? See you next week here again in the Mingles of Evil Life. And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Love and light to all. Bye-bye. And health.